So, we were scheduled to do another energy set video, but I thought this looked interesting. I like the combination of Dawn of Champions and Realms Unraveled, and Orbital, I guess, has thrown in the Portal promo pack. So, I don't do many videos with promos, so might as well give this a try. I have the Lifebound Champion, so I think that I'm kind of, bargained in to kind of just go ahead and picking up those 2 Lifebound cards. Ooh, and he had a 5-0, beat me to the Portal that I thought I was probably going to get, and got a good one, Aaron the Godslayer, early. That can certainly swing a game. Now, since there's 2 Void cards out there, I kind of like picking up this Disciple of Emery, and the other Void card, the Spike Vixen, which can just hopefully transform it. And I'm going to pick up my Champion, Neri. So, give me a shot at maybe starting out with some banishing. That Aaron the Godslayer is certainly going to be high impact with Wild Drift Drake out there, Terrorizing Fiend. Definitely too early in the game for him to have a Aaron the Godslayer. I think I want a Mystic here rather than the Defense Generator. I don't think the Defense Generator is super high impact, and I think I'd rather not open that slot for a card that's just kind of, just there. He was willing to do so for me, but I won't be able to capitalize on it anyway. Well, I do actually possibly will. I will draw a card off of the Corrupted Sage here. And no Unite, so just going to go ahead and buy another Reputation for my build up towards the rally. At this point, I don't think I want the heavy infantry. I'm not really trying to go heavy power. I kind of got the Disciple based on, that it banishes, and hopefully I can transform it into a Demon Slayer. Didn't really want to devote a lot to power, especially since he's going to be Aaron the Godslayering. It's just not a good battle to pick, to race him to the monsters by putting a lot of monster killing cards in my deck to compete with his 1 monster killing card that's just so much more efficient. I'm going to take the Time Stream Seer, and I think that'll give me an opportunity to do a little more efficient job of hopefully keeping some of the bigger monsters that I know I won't be able to get to off of the board, depending on the timing. And he's able to beat the Terrorizing Fiend, picks up a Root Scryer, and Aaron the Godslayer to kill for 5 honor. Now I transform the into the Scion and Emery, which is a big deal because now, for 1 more power, I'm going to beat the Wild Rift Drake, which is going to allow me to banish 2 more cards. And then I think I'm going to pick up my second Mystic, which is really my 3rd Mystic type card because I have the Time Stream Seer, to give myself about the amount of rune cards that I really want to have. Meanwhile, he's going to pick up the Ritualist and the Disciple. And he rallies. Okay. So get to unite the Neri and the Everbloom Click this time, and the Click is even going to pick up another honor off the Seer. So that's a pretty nice turn already. I think I'll take this Prototype. It's definitely the most threatening monster on the board, and I think I'll be happy to pick up a Void Forged Paladin. That's a pretty high impact kind of card. And now looking to banish something. I don't think he's likely to pick up the high-cost cards on the board, especially since I just removed the monster that makes the Makana Construct cheaper. I guess I'll take out the Journeyman Outrider. I'm almost inclined not to... and I was going to say, I'm almost inclined not to banish anything. And I may pay for it, because Adayu could be a big payoff for him, and he's a lot more likely to get to it than I am. Of course, he hasn't been banishing the way I have, so the hope is that even if he does, he may not draw it very often. Even if he does immediately acquire it. And, it's even possible the game might end before he draws it. But I wouldn't count on it. I think there's still a few more turns left. I don't think either of us are really just annihilating the honor pool, although I did just have a big honor turn. But it was sort of a combination of all of my... I had the construct on the board that gave me 2 honor, and I played all my Lifebound guys with the Everbloom Click. That's just not going to happen every time, so... Alright, starting out banishing. Get rid of this militia. And first beat the Borderland Nihilist, because I'm pretty sure I want to do that. And then I think I'll follow that up with the... kind of want the Scryer. I think that's going to create... and then I think the Shade's Bargain is pretty high impact for me. I don't think that the Spark Bug really does much for me, and I think I'm more interested in trying to make a turn where I gain a decent amount of honor all at once, rather than just picking up that one more honor. So now wait on Orbital, who appears to have had possibly some connection issues. He's almost certainly ready to come back and Aaron the Godslayer the Adayu. I should be able on my next turn to use the Borderland Mercenary with the Everbloom Click to gain, that'll be 3, and then the staff will be 5. So it already makes next turn pretty good, but I do have a fair chunk of my remaining apprentices. Apprenti? I guess Apprenti. So, may not be a super high impact turn, and there is that Aaron the Godslayer, which is certainly taking out the Adayu, no doubt. It's a pretty close game. Alright, so we're going to start with the Lifebound, and I guess I want to get the Shade's Bargain into play. I actually might rather have that Seer of Days Past. Might set up for a pretty high value turn here in a minute, and I think I want the Click for the 3 honor. So I'm actually going to discard that and pick up the Seer. Oh, and a Rally. The Rally can certainly pay off. That's the kind of thing I needed to still trying to come back kind of from that early Aaron the Godslayer he was able to get. And it may come down first, do I have a ridiculous turn in me first and, before he draws the Adayu? Or does he draw the Adayu with all his void cards and into the game? May make a big difference. So, banishing here, uniting my Neri, and I'm going to banish... not that matters too much. I guess take out the cannon that I don't think I'm going to get. And I was awfully close to getting it. And then I want the Premonition Bell, I think. I think that's the highest impact. That card can do some ridiculous things. I'm going to take the Gargoyle. 2 honor and a shot to bring out a monster. It did not. And so, pass the turn. And that may be my last turn. Certainly hoping not. I've got the Daybreak Ascara set up and ready to go. If nothing else, to at least copy Time Stream Seer twice. If somehow I was able to pick up 3 Reputation very quickly, then I could set off a long chain with the Seer. But if I'm lucky, I could Seer into the Scryer. And that could also be ridiculous. So he had to Aaron the Godslayer Cultist that turn, and that's good for me. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get to 8 for the Seer, so I'm just going to play it. I think I make that a... Ooh. I kind of need to make it a Lifebound for my construct here. So... I guess I'm just going to Seer to banish. I can at least get to 8 to buy one of these high cost heroes. I think I'll banish one of them, thinking that I may buy the other one or I may buy the Gnome Repair Bot. Maybe the Repair Bot now that the Morbid Hammers come out. And that seems like it may pay off because that portal certainly looks very good here. I think I'll just be happy to... Well, actually drawing 2 cards might be higher impact than making 4 rune. Guess we will see. It was pretty high impact. Got 4 honor out of it. So, I'm going to buy this portal. Oh, and it's a huge one. Socket Altar. So, looks like things worked out pretty well. Still waiting to see if Orbital does come up with an Adayu turn. Adayu turns can certainly change the game drastically at that. So I'll be interested to see if he's able to come up with that. If not, I think that I've got the game. Based on the strength of that last turn. If he does, then, obviously things may be different. Like I said, you kind of just have to take what the board gives you, I guess. I was given a 3-2 with Flytrap Staff and the Everbloom Click to start this game. And that was, you don't overthink it. I think that was certainly the best call to go with my Nary. It meant I was going to have Nary very quickly, and I had a 5-0 hand coming to pick up a high-impact card, which I was hoping was going to be the big portal. It was not. But I did certainly get the Lifebound synergies going very quickly, and eventually got a time stream seer going, and really just the reuse of Nary and Everbloom Click paid off a lot. So Orbital is challenged to rematch, and may as well go for that. See you back for that game in just a moment.